So
Even I am looking at 6.
okay, so in worksheet 6, okay, you can see the treasurer of Sainsbury Sports Club did not keep full accounting records. The following information was available at 31st October 2010. That means the year end for this business is 31st October 2011. Start कब हुआ होगा 1st November 2010 को. ठीक है. Now, cash book, which is the receipt and payment account. These are the receipts. The things on the credit side are payments. All right. Now, this is the opening bank balance. All right. Subscription received for the year ended 31st December 2010. That means this amount is basically your last year due. That means arrear brought forward. Okay. For the year ended 31st October 2011, that means this year. This is for this year. And for 31st October 2012, that means this is for the next year. This is advanced carried down. Now in this question, subscription being given is basically a bit tricky because, you know, this is the amount. These are the amounts that we have received by far. So by looking at the dates, I got to know, okay, this is for 31st October 2010. That means before this year, this was against the arrears brought down. This is for the year, and this is for the next upcoming year. Okay. All right. Sale of refreshments given as a year. Purchase of refreshments, rent and rates, operating expenses, purchase of equipment. All right. Inventory of refreshment. Say opening and closing. Operating expenses इसका T account बनेगा because accrued and prepaid है इसमें. Equipment की net book value, depreciation calculate होगा. Subscription given है opening and closing. ठीक है. Subscription not collected for the year ended 31st October 2010. That means they're talking about the previous year are to be considered as irrecoverable. Okay. This means that if you could see over here, okay, subscription in arrears was 270. That means for the year end 2010, you were supposed to receive how much? 270. But over here, if you see, how much did you receive? Just 150 out of this. So the remaining subscription is to be considered as irrecoverable. That means bad debt. Okay. So, सही है जी. Let's just look at the steps. They want us to calculate accumulated fund. सही है. Refreshment trading account and income and expenditure account and some theory after this. सही है. So the step number one was calculating accumulated fund. This is opening assets minus opening liabilities. So this is the list given to us at the start of the year. Inventory of refreshment is an asset. Operating expenses prepaid, expense prepaid is an asset. Equipment is also an asset. Subscription in advance, income received in advance is a liability. Income in arrears is also an asset. And I had clearly written a point over there which says that do not forget the opening bank balance. So this is the opening bank balance, which is also an asset. All right. So within opening assets, I have 2200, 100, 3200, 270, and I have a bank balance of 105. And in opening liabilities, I just have 175 की liability. So total of assets minus total of liabilities will be accumulated fund. सही है. So you can do this working right over here within this. Just like total assets minus total liabilities. ठीक है जनाब. So this is the list of all the assets. सही है. This is inventory, This is expense prepaid. Okay, this is equipment, and this is subscription in arrears. This is subscription in advance. All right, so we needed opening information that we already have now. Can you tell me the total of the assets?
Sir, 5875.
5875. Okay, so 5875 minus 175.
5700 आया है.
बेटा एक्चुअल वैल्यू 5700 आ रही है माइनस करने के बाद.
जी जी.
हाँ, तो मेरा भी 5700 आ रहा है बेटे.
आई थॉट वो मैंने एसेट्स को कंफ्यूज कर दिया है.
हाँ, तो मैंने एसेट्स सेपरेट लिखे. अच्छा, now you all know that the dollar sign is very important over here. So dollar 5700 is my answer over here. Now, step number 2, as per the steps for club accounts, is preparing a subscription account. Subscription account, which is owing, prepaid, owing, prepaid के नीचे बैंक या charge to income and expenditure account. ठीक है. अच्छा जी. So opening owings, कोई मुझे बताएगा कि let me see, कौन मुझे बताएगा? Maha and Ifra, can you tell me the value of opening owings and opening prepaid? Maha and Ifra.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Maha? It's right there. वो screen share हो रही है. इसमें बताओ opening owings कौन सा, opening prepaid कौन सा? Yes, Ifra, you want to say yes?
Prepaid तो 100 नहीं हो.
ये देखो ना, ये values given है ना opening subscription की.
जी तो.
हाँ, तो opening arrears, opening advances 175. ठीक है. और opening arrears is 270. Opening values, these are closing values. ठीक है. अच्छा इफ्रा, तुम मुझे closing values बताओगी please? Okay, these are the closing values. Closing advance or prepaid is 310. Closing or arrears are 90.
Sir, those are opening advance because they have been paid in advance, right?
Yes, 175. These are the opening values and these are the closing values.
Yes.
Okay, now during the year, what did you receive? You receive 150 plus, these are the receipts during the year within the bank. 3200 plus 310. Kitna what total? During the year, you received 150 plus 320 plus 310 is 3510 is 3660. All right. Now, the tricky part in this question. The tricky part in this question was this. Opening owings were 270. That means subscription owings from the last year were 270. Okay. But how much did you receive this year from the last year? You only received 150. ठीक है. तो इसमें bad debts of subscription कितना आ जाएगा? You were supposed to receive 270 from the last year, but you only received 150, which is here.
Sir, 270 minus 150, right?
Yes, it's gonna be 120. कैसे आया bad debt? This 270 is the one that you were supposed to receive, but you only
Yes, minus 150.
so 120 was the bad debt. Okay, जी. तो ये हमें कैलकुलेट करना है. What is the total of credit side now? Total of credit side 175 plus 360 plus 120 plus 90.
Sir, yes, wait.
Sir, 4045.
So this is 4045 minus these two values.
Sir, 3465.
3465 is the subscription charge to income and expenditure account. Number 3, you have to calculate depreciation using revaluation method, okay, which is opening value plus addition minus disposal minus depreciation is equal to closing value. ठीक है जनाब. Equipment की opening value is 3200 and closing value is 2700. Opening value and closing value. During the year, did you buy any equipment? If you would have bought any equipment, you would have paid from the bank. देखो equipment purchase किया है? Yes, 900 का ये रहा. 900 minus disposal 0 minus depreciation, which is to be calculated. So the depreciation would be 4100 minus 2700, which is 1400 की depreciation आ गई. ठीक है? This was depreciation. उसके बाद the next step was prepare an expense account. कौन से expenses जिसमें owing और prepaid हो? So yes, there is an expense over here जिसमें owing and prepaid हो. The expense account is prepared like prepaid, owing, prepaid, prepaid के नीचे bank, and ये charge to income and expenditure account. So operating expenses में you have 100 का prepaid, opening, ये रहा देखो. And 250 का closing accrued है. Okay. During the year, payment for operating expenses was 3750 on the payment side. तो ये दो values कुछ नहीं है, ये value calculate हो जाएगी. This is 4100, 4100, and this is also 4100. Now, the next step was prepare purchase as a control account. लेकिन इसमें क्या condition होती है कि opening and closing payables given हो. इस question में opening and closing payables given नहीं है, so we won't be preparing purchase ledger control account. All right. So finally, we'll move to the refreshment trading account. So ये जनाब बना लेते हैं इसको. देखो, it is all about remembering these steps. ठीक है? These steps you, yes.
Do these steps come in every club account question? Like सारे करने होते हैं for every question?
Okay, देखो, the steps that I have made you write, ठीक है, indicates that these are the maximum steps that could be involved, ठीक है. But in a lot of questions, तुम्हें opening accumulated fund calculate नहीं करना होता, ठीक है. तो opening accumulated fund क्यों calculate होता है? उसकी conditions होती हैं. या तो आप SOFP बना रहे हो तो calculate होगा, या तो requirement होगी. तो अगर SOFP भी नहीं बनानी और requirement भी नहीं है, तो ये calculate ही नहीं करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है. Subscription account is mandatory, ये तो हमेशा calculate होता है, ठीक है. इसके अलावा depreciation हमेशा calculate होती है. Expense account is again, इसकी condition क्या थी? If opening and closing owings and prepaid are given, then you have to calculate, make this. और इसकी भी condition थी. इसकी भी कंडीशन थी, इसकी भी कंडीशन थी, स्टेप 4 and 5 की. So my advice to all of you would be, whenever you have a club accounts question, your strategy should be very simple. Just remember all the steps and solve all the steps together. Okay, as per the requirement of the question. ठीक है, अगर accumulated fund नहीं है तो नहीं calculate करो, but so follow the sequence of the steps की sequence follow करते रहोगे, every question of club accounts will be solved. You will also see within my videos and within my solutions, I always follow steps. The reason being, by following those steps, I would know कि अच्छा जी अब ये करना है, अब ये करना है, अब ये करना है. ठीक है? So those steps, like the Mitra, what you asked is, does all of them have to be done in all the questions? नहीं, or not all of them. उसमें शायद एक नहीं हो रहा या दो नहीं हो रहा. But if you remember the sequence of them, उसमें क्या होता है कि जी you can easily solve any question of club accounts. All right, sale of refreshment. Sale of refreshment. When you would have sold things, you would have received money. Here it is on the receipt side, 25,000 less cost of sales, opening inventory plus purchases minus closing inventory. ठीक है जी, refreshment की opening inventory is 2200, ये लिखी हुई, closing inventory ये लिखी हुई, 2200, closing is 700. Purchases for refreshment is 19,000, mentioned over here, 19,000. So what is this value? This is 20,500. So profit from refreshment is 4,500. ठीक है, उसके बाद क्लब का इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंट. Again, it's not that difficult. List down all the income of a club. Income में सबसे पहले subscription. You'll always take the subscription that you have calculated by through making a T account, which is this value is 3465. Another income is profit from refreshment, 4,500. And if there would be any other income that would be listed on the receipt side, कुछ मिला होगा तुम्हें, तो like donation income, it could be match day revenue, it could be entry ticket fee. तो इस question के अंदर तो कुछ भी नहीं मिला तुम्हें extra. So these were the two incomes of this club. Add them up. 65,97965. Expenditure. Expenditure में first we'll see the list. List में सबसे पहले rent and rates है. Rent and rates. Operating expenses. Rent and rates was 1,200 if I'm not wrong. Operating expenses का हमने T account बनाया था. ये रहा जिसमें calculate किया था हमने 4,100. This was operating expenses account. इसके अलावा purchase of equipment नहीं. अच्छा जी. Now, what other expenditures are there? इन दोनों के अलावा depreciation of equipment. It's a hidden expense. हर question में होगा. So even if it is not given in anywhere, this is the amount that you have calculated within your working. Here it is. Adjustment 3. Depreciation of equipment is 1,400. And there's one more expense.
Sir, bad debts.
You remember subscription में bad debt हुआ था?
जी sir.
Subscription irrecoverable 120. ठीक है? The amount which the income which you were supposed to receive but you couldn't. So subscription irrecoverable is also your expense. ठीक है जनाब. तो total of expenses कितने हुए? 45, 57, 58, 20, I guess.
Sir, 6,820. That's what I'm getting.
68, 20 हुए, ठीक है. तो कितना हुआ ये? 45, 1145 is your surplus. All right. Now, state the section of Sainsbury's balance sheet on the state the section of Sainsbury Club's balance sheet, that is SOFP, in which subscription paid in advance. Okay. So that means they're talking about closing advance in subscription. So subscription in advance is a current liability. Okay. Why? Because this is income received in advance and service is due to be rendered. Like, this is the income that you have received in advance, and against this income you have to provide services. State which section of Sainsbury Sports Club balance sheet in which the purchase of equipment will appear. Okay, that is non-current asset. Okay, equipment is held in club for more than a year. That is why it is classified as a non-current asset. Okay, Janab. Now, this was the entire question. There. Now I'll move on to worksheet number 8. But before I start with worksheet number 8, okay, I shall tell you something which is very important. Important tips. Number 1, okay, you guys know that you have a test tomorrow. You all remember that? याद है ना? नहीं?
जी सर याद है.
Okay, important tips is number 1, watch intro video of clubs. Okay, they're all there in discussions, especially steps. Number 2, try and memorize steps and then watch videos of solutions. Okay, all the questions that we have solved, I posted videos of that. Okay, number 4, practice solve questions. Okay, this all content is there within discussions. So before the test tomorrow, you guys can easily work this out. ठीक है जनाब. Okay, now for Trinity Social Club, all right, there's a list given जिसका हमें trial balance बनाना है. सही है जी. Fixtures and fitting is an asset, appears in the debit side 1600. और वो कह रहा है showing the value of accumulated fund. यार ये तो trial balance में हम कहते हैं ना डेबिट और क्रेडिट का डिफरेंस देखते हैं. Donation income, ठीक है. Income is an income. Donation income comes on the credit side. सही है. Subscription received is an income 1980. Rent is an expense 1400. Subscription is also an income. Income appears on the credit side. Rent is an expense. Assets and expenses, they appear on the debit side. Liability, income, and capital, they appear on the credit side. Sale or refreshment is also an income, 2500. Okay. General expenses is 780 on the debit side. Purchase is an expense. Okay. Purchase of refreshment 1150. Bank overdraft is a liability, which is 100. Accumulated fund will be calculated. Now, since इसकी नेचर कैपिटल की होती है तो this would be the value over here. तो जनाब ये कितना हुआ 3,4150 कितना हुआ भाई ये
Sir, बस 1 minute.
the total of debit side 830 930
Sir, 4930.
4930 this is also 4930 इसमें से ये सब माइनस करो तो you will get the historical value of accumulated fund.
Sir, I'm getting 200.
ठीक है जी तो फ्री के 5 मार्क्स थे
तो मेरे पास 300 आ रहा है
ओके 4930 ठीक आ रहा है बेटा तुम्हारा
जी 4 एक मैं कैलकुलेट कर
4500 plus 230 4730 बेटा 200 मेरे ख्याल से भी ठीक आ रहा है यस या अच्छा व्हेन डू यू प्रिपेयर ट्रायल बैलेंस you prepare a trial balance at a year end ठीक है तो this date is actually a year end date ठीक है 30th April 2012 is a year end date सही है जी फिर वो कह रहा है सब्सक्रिप्शन अकाउंट की इंफॉर्मेशन दे रहा है at 30th April 2008 subscription paid in advance and 61 areas ठीक है सही है जी invoice for refreshment purchases 75 had not been entered in the books refreshment purchase किया हमने उसको 75 हमने एंटर नहीं किया ठीक है जी Inventory for refreshment is 430. General expenses accrued is 170. Fixtures and fitting were valued at 1360. It says, okay, let's prepare a subscription account. Year end is 30th April. Year start कब हुआ होगा? 1st May 2011. Is there any values given on the at the start of the year? नहीं. हमें तो वैल्यूज ही ईयर एंड पे गिवन है तो ओपनिंग वैल्यूज सब्सक्रिप्शन में होंगी नहीं ठीक है सो नो ओपनिंग वैल्यूज मेंशन्ड ठीक है तो ये बनता है ओइंग प्रीपेड ओइंग प्रीपेड के नीचे बैंक तो सबसे पहले होगा ऑन 2012 अप्रैल 30th बैंक या चार्ज टू इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंट और उसके बाद prepaid carried down and owing carried down 2012 April 30th ठीक है जी now the reason is no opening values mentioned तो इसलिए मैंने opening values दी नहीं इस question में now subscription 25 were prepaid in advance ये रहा and 60 were in arrears ये रहा ठीक है and subscription paid in the bank 1980 मुझे यहाँ से मिल गया 1980 तो ये वैल्यू मेरे पास कैलकुलेट हो जाएगी तो दिस 2040 minus 25 is 2015 तो यहाँ पे 2012 May 1st prepaid brought forward 25 and I told you carry down values के marks नहीं होते brought down values के marks होते हैं so always remember bringing forward brought down values going brought forward 60 ठीक है जी तो अगर मैं स्टेप्स देखूं स्टेप नंबर 1 accumulated fund नहीं कैलकुलेट करना स्टेप नंबर 2 सब्सक्रिप्शन कर लिया मैंने स्टेप नंबर 3 डेप्रिसिएशन ठीक है जी निकाल लेता हूं मैं डेप्रिसिएशन का मेथड नहीं दिया हुआ तो वील यूज रिवैल्यूएशन मेथड व्हिच इज ओपनिंग प्लस एडिशन माइनस डिस्पोजल माइनस डेप्रिसिएशन इज इक्वल टू क्लोजिंग वैल्यू ठीक है ओपनिंग वैल्यू मुझे ओपनिंग वैल्यू मुझे गिवन नहीं थी. लेट्स सपोज 6 yes गिवन थी. फिक्सचर्स एंड फिटिंग्स की ओपनिंग वैल्यू ये रही. 1600 इज माय ओपनिंग वैल्यू. एडिशन की कोई इंफॉर्मेशन बताई हुई यहाँ पे नहीं बताई हुई. No addition minus no disposal minus depreciation, and the closing value mentioned over here is 1360. This is the closing value mentioned. So depreciation is 1600 minus 1360. कितना आता है? 240. ठीक है जनाब. Next adjustment is basically PLCA, opening closing payables given है मुझे. ठीक है. Opening and closing payables नहीं given, तो ये भी नहीं बनेगा मेरे पास. ठीक है. Although इसमें एक छोटी सी adjustment है, which is like invoice of refreshment purchase 75 had not been entered in the books. ठीक है जी. तो मुझे यहाँ पे purchases की एक छोटी सी adjustment करनी पड़ेगी, which is जो मैंने purchase की refreshments की 1150 plus 75, which is 1225. सही है. 75 को मैंने रिकॉर्ड नहीं किया था, ना रिकॉर्डेड. उसके बाद एक्सपेंसेस अक्रूड है 170, तो मुझे एक्सपेंस अकाउंट बनाना पड़ेगा. जनरल एक्सपेंस, प्रीपेड ओइंग प्रीपेड, प्रीपेड के नीचे बैंक या चार्ज टू इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंट. जनरल एक्सपेंसेस मैंने 780 बैंक से पे किए थे. जनरल एक्सपेंसेस पेड 780 and there were general expenses accrued of 170, closing owing 170. opening values to this question में किसी के लिए given नहीं थी, closing prepaid भी नहीं था. So this is 950, 950, and this is also 950.
How is bank 780?
General expenses are 780. Over here, if you could see general expenses in the trial balance, general expenses paid through the bank is 780. Things mentioned in the trial balance are the payments made for a particular.
Oh, okay.
All right. मेरे पास एडजस्टमेंट सारी पूरी हो गई. रिफ्रेशमेंट ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट, sale of refreshment, this was mentioned in the trial balance, 2500 less cost of sales. Opening inventory mentioned नहीं थी. Purchases में एक adjustment थी. Adjustment के बाद, which is 1150 plus 75 is 1225 less closing inventory of refreshment was mentioned over here. Inventory refreshment is adjustment 3 में. 50 adjustment number 3 में minus हुआ, क्या वैल्यू आई? 820. प्लीज ये वैल्यू चेक करना प्लीज.
So I'm getting 795.
Oh, okay. $795. 2500 minus 795.
1705.
1705 is the profit from refreshment trading. ठीक है जी. So income and expenditure account. Again, I'll list down all the income. सबसे पहले subscription, profit from refreshment. All right, subscription income, the one that we calculated preparing a T account. ये बनाया था T account. This is the income 2015. Profit from refreshment trading is 1705. और देखते हैं और कौन सी इनकम है. या गिवन थी ना डोनेशन इनकम. यस, डोनेशन इनकम भी थी एक. What was the value of donation income? 150. इनकम आ गई. इसके बाद expenditure. From the list we have सबसे पहले rent, general expenses. ठीक है जी. We have rent, general expenses. Do not forget depreciation. ठीक है. Rent था 1400. Rent was 1400. General expenses की एक adjustment थी. That is why I prepared general expenses का account, जिसकी वजह से 950 हो गया था. Depreciation की भी adjustment थी. हमने calculate किया था depreciation, which is 240 over here. Is there any other expense? नहीं चला. ये expenses का total आ जाएगा, expenditure का. So income minus expenditure will be your surplus ही नजर आ रहा है मुझे इसमें मेरे ख्याल से. 3720, 3870. Is it 3870? Check करना please.
3870
एक मिनट.
और ये वाला होगा तुम्हारा 2350,
2590
2590. तो 0, okay, 8,
280.
1280 is your surplus. Theory में क्या है? Two differences between a receipt and payment account, income and expenditure account. ठीक है. R and P represents cash or bank balance, whereas income and expenditure account calculates surplus or deficit. Okay. Receipt and payment account is made using cash basis. जब cash inflow होगा और outflow होगा तो इसमें record होगा. Whereas income and expenditure account is made using accruals basis, including non-cash expenses like depreciation. Income and expenditure account में depreciation और बाकी चीजें भी होती हैं, तो that is basically prepared using accruals basis. All right, so that's it with the two questions.